speaking to you this morning, those of you present and those of you who are listening by way of internet, YouTube, Cast TV, the United Kingdom, and other places that seem to be picking up my sermons these days, about community and friendship. What does it mean to you to be a friend? What does it mean to you to have friends? What does it mean to be a community? How important is friendship? What does it look like? And how do we rate in our capacities to be friends? Friendship is an amazing gift. Solomon wrote in the book of Proverbs that a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A friend loves at all times. I believe that in the human heart there is this longing for friendship, for meaningful friendship, for friendship that makes a difference in our lives. I personally define the word friendship differently than acquaintances. We are acquainted with many people in our lives, but I see a difference with friends. Friends are people who really matter to us. Friends are people that we can count on when we need to talk and know that they're not going to betray the confidence, that they will take with them whatever is said between them to their grave if necessary. I find it interesting that in the midst of teaching about the Lord's Prayer, which Nancy read to you this morning, Jesus inserts a story about friendship. For many people, it is hard for them to perceive the God that is preached in the pulpit as being very friendly. And there's good reasons for that. But I want you to look at where Jesus talks about God and how we communicate with God through the medium of friendship. The story was that in the middle of the night, someone's knocking on a door and says to his friend, "I need your help. I've got someone who has shown up at my house, and I don't have anything to feed them. I need to borrow some loaves of bread." Now, we could get into why was this fellow in this mess in the first place, but that's pointless. We don't know why the person showed up in the middle of the night. Who knows? I don't know about you, but if the phone rings after a very early hour of the evening, I say, "Who is that?" It is, in fact, the other night, and I don't know what was wrong with me, but I thought about 10 o'clock I heard somebody knocking on the door. Maybe it was the neighbor had dropped something upstairs. I don't know what it was, but it sounded like a knock. And I said to Catherine, I said, "Somebody is knocking at the door." And I said it with irritation. I thought, who in the world would be knocking on my door at 10 o'clock at night? Well, it was nobody. I began to question my own sanity for a moment. But then I'd heard somebody banging in the next apartment, and I figured, well, that had to be that. I had to have some rational explanation. But there's a sense of irritation that I experience when someone, I mean, if it's an emergency, that's one thing, but my God, Sometimes Zachary will call me. You met Zachary at Christmas, some of you. Zachary will call me at 10 o'clock. And he'll say, Dad, what are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm tired. Well, you're not on Facebook. Well, there's a good reason I'm not on Facebook. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. In this story, someone's life is interrupted by a need. Two friends. I need help. When there is a need, it does make a difference, doesn't it? And there's not a person in this church that couldn't call me late at night and say, I have a need, but what I would positively respond and not be irritated, honestly, if there's a need. But the social networking late at night is not my cup of tea. Where does a friend come into this? They were friends. The interesting part of the story is the fellow who was disturbed said, look, I'm already in bed. My kids are in bed. Now, you have to picture, this is in the Bible times, and they're talking outside of a window. They are not on the internet or on the phone. And he's banging on the door below, and the guy's out, hanging out the window, saying, look, we're in bed, we're tired, come back later. And he kept persisting. And of course, the friend came down and helped him out. Friendship is where we go the extra mile for people who really matter to us. I mean, we'll help anybody, but, when it's your friend, it's harder to say no. Sometimes you do say no and want to say no, but friendship makes a difference. The thing that is special about small rural areas is that there is still a value on friendship and relationships. There are people who live in large cosmopolitan areas in high-rise buildings that do not know the name of even the people across the hall in their building, nor do many of them even care.